I just love seeing communists trying to squirm every now and then, especially when President Donald Trump signed two bills into law in regards to the whole issue with Hong Kong on Wednesday. Now, already Hong Kong has been in turmoil for nearly a year, I would say, over in regards to the whole issue with the loss of autonomy due to mainland China, especially when in concern with the recently disposed bill that said that detainees up in Hong Kong were to be tried and sentenced on mainland China. That was one of the many issues, but I'm not here to get into the issues per se. I'm here to get into basically what happened with the U.S. involvement now, as of right now. Like I said before, President Donald Trump signed two bills into law in regards to the whole Hong Kong protests. One of these was the Hong Kong Human Rights and Democracy Act of 2019. Now, these two laws, they have four important parts of them, which definitely need to be stated. One, it stated that there would be an annual review of Hong Kong's autonomy to justify its special trade status with the United States. This is especially an important part because Hong Kong is a major financial hub to mainland China because that's where a lot of the money tends to flow. And considering that there tends to be major investment within Hong Kong from the United States, that would also mean that a lot of that cash flow also goes into mainland China. So it's important for China and to keep that that relationship intact, and especially in regards to its autonomy. But of course, that will be determined at a later date with the annual review. Although it hasn't stated how this may come up or how this would be proceeded, in terms of what steps and how the government intends to determine and review the autonomy. But continuing on, these bills also allows the president of the United States to put sanctions against Hong Kong and Chinese officials that have been harming human rights within Hong Kong. This includes the whole issue with the police brutality within Hong Kong and the massive crackdown of protests due to massive popularity of the pro-democracy protests, which is another big issue. Although I'm not sure whether or not this may have any teeth, although the threat is still there. And I say that because President Donald Trump and Xi Jinping of the People's Republic of China are trying to make a deal in order to end the trade war between the United States and the PRC, and to hopefully find a mutually economically beneficial relationship. So I'm not sure if this would be implemented very quickly because of the whole negotiations part. I'm pretty sure that this would definitely be a major tool for President Trump to use should relationships or should the negotiations this be should they collapse. But nonetheless, the threat is still there. So I think this is something that China definitely is going to be focused on. Another part is that these two bills specifically ban export of riot control weapons. This is like I said before, in regards to the whole police brutality issue in Hong Kong, and these riot control weapons range from anything from tear gas, rubber bullets, riot shields, etc. And another major point is Hong Kong visa applicants may not be denied because of being arrested for being part of the pro-democracy protest. Another major milestone that shows that the United States, while it cannot fully place as much resources onto Hong Kong at this moment, it shows that they are on the side of Hong Kong, and they are allowing Hong Kong applicants to go to the United States in case of possible oppression by the communist national government. Now, of course, we got some some strong language from the PRC in regards to this issue. They have condemned these laws as foreign intervention to contain China's growth. At least that's what the Chinese Foreign Ministry has stated in terms of this issue. There has even been some cases within the government which actually attacked the United States, saying that the United States was the ones behind the whole issue of Hong Kong in the first place. Quote, facts have proven that the United States is the biggest culprit in disrupting Hong Kong, and this comes from the Hong Kong and Macau Affairs Office of China's State Council. This alone shows the major divide between China and the United States at this moment, which is in part due to the trade deal, but also in part due to political reasons, especially when it comes to geopolitics and the like. And of course, as a result of these laws being passed, China has said that they plan to retaliate if the U.S. continues on what they called the wrong path, which is kind of funny because of how self-righteous they are in terms of them cracking down on Hong Kong, especially, and of course, as we remember history, how they cracked down the pro-democracy movement in Beijing back in 1989. But this is not going to have... this language coming from China is not going to have a major effect. Honestly, it's going to have a completely opposite because of how powerful the United States is. Now, again, like I said before, there's going to be some... I'm not sure if the president of the United States is going to take full advantage on these major powers that were specifically stated within these bills as of yet because of the negotiations. However, we can already see that there is a major change, not just in terms of the United States' involvement in the whole Hong Kong crisis, but within Hong Kong itself. This act has been heavily supported by Hong Kong protesters. It's been so supported of these two bills that they have begun to see the Star Spangled Banner and to fly U.S. flags. You can see a lot of that footage pretty much everywhere as a result. And again, like I said before, this only shows major international support for the whole Hong Kong protest. So considering that view, this is just giving the whole pro-democracy movement a major platform. But that's not all. About 6 days ago from taking this video, there was an election in terms within Hong Kong over the district councils and its makeup. And already, the pro-democracy movement won heavily in regards to that issue. They won heavily. In terms of the Hong Kong elections, here we go. Here's the results. The Democratic Party, not the United States one, but the Hong Kong one, which is part of the Pro-Democracy Alliance, won 54 seats. A major change from 2018, which they have 43 seats, and they now reach 91. This is on the same board with so many pro-democracy parties like Civic, a gain of 20, ADPL, gain of 7, Neo Democrats, 7, Labor, pro-democracy, 4. They have gained significantly, and the pro-Beijing establishment has been suffering as a result. The Liberal Party, pro-Beijing, lost 3 seats. FTU, pro-Beijing, lost of 21. And the major party within Hong Kong, known as the Democratic Alliance for the Betterment and Progress of Hong Kong, or also known as the DAB, which is also pro-Beijing, lost 96 seats. 96 6 seats. This only shows that there's a major political change within Hong Kong, as well as the whole relationship between China and the United States. And I can't wait to see how much this is going to affect the overall change. Personally, right now, I think this is going to be, while it's going to be a major landmark, especially with its passing, we're not going to see its full effects until much later. That could be either if the negotiations for a trade deal collapse, or the possibility of a new issue in regards to the Hong Kong crisis. I don't know. We will just have to wait and see. But either way, this spells a major victory for the democratic movement in Hong Kong. My name is Somi on the Arc Truth. Please post your comments down below, like this video, subscribe, and share with your friends. Also, if you have any issues in regards to how I make my videos, such as how I frame them, how I speak, in regards to what kind of improvement I should make, or if you have any suggestions on any kind of subject I should make at all, please post it down in the comment section down below or directly message me. Thank you.
Almost heaven, West Virginia, Blue Ridge Mountain.